Hello and welcome to Algorithm Integrity Matters. Insights for financial services leaders who want to enhance fairness and accuracy in their use of data, algorithms, and AI. I'm your host, Yusuf Mullah. This article was published in December 2024. It's titled Algorithmic System Reviews, Substantive versus Controls Testing. The summary of this is knowing the basics of substantive testing versus controls testing can help you determine if the review will meet your needs. Substantive testing directly identifies errors or unfairness, while controls testing evaluates governance effectiveness. The results or conclusions are different. Understanding these differences can also help you anticipate the extent of your team's involvement during the review process. Here's the full article. If you are commissioning a review of your algorithmic system, you ordinarily won't be concerned with precisely how the review will be conducted. But a high-level understanding is important. It can help you determine how robust the review will be and what level of comfort the result will provide. It also helps work out upfront what will be needed from your team for the review. One aspect to understand is whether the review will include controls testing, substantive testing, or both. Each of these offers distinct benefits and limitations. Sometimes you need just one of them. Often you need or want both. The key difference lies in the objective of your review. If you want to identify errors or unfairness in your algorithmic system, you need a substantive test for a direct conclusion about accuracy or fairness. There's a link to another article that details a largely substantive testing method for accuracy reviews. If you want to assess the effectiveness of your governance process, you need controls testing. This is often needed to fulfill compliance obligations, meet contractual expectations, or demonstrate adherence to standards. Controls testing only won't directly conclude on accuracy or fairness. It can conclude on the controls in place to ensure accuracy or fairness. This distinction is important. And just a quick note, there is a way to extend the controls testing to provide a broader conclusion, but this is not typical. It needs the right types of controls and the right level of depth in testing those controls. On the other hand, substantive testing only won't conclude on the controls in place. It often won't involve evaluating processes, which are important building blocks to understand and correct if needed. It can, so that substantive testing only can, but often won't, identify the root causes of issues. And that's because with substantive testing only, you're not checking controls or processes. If you want both, so that's a conclusion about integrity and about the controls in place to ensure integrity, you need a combined testing approach. That's a review that tests controls and tests the models or algorithms and outputs. Let's look at testing results. The descriptions and examples here are quite high level. Substantive testing results. So substantive testing provides direct evidence by examining the algorithmic system's outputs or results. For example, in a credit decisioning algorithm review, substantive testing might reveal that 5% of declined applications for a specific demographic group were incorrectly assessed. Controls testing results. So controls testing evaluates the governance mechanisms surrounding the algorithmic system. In the same credit decisioning context, controls testing might uncover that credit scoring models were inconsistently updated throughout the year, potentially leading to incorrect assessments. And so the key differences in those results. In the substantive testing example, the results showed what has actually happened. Controls testing showed the potential for something to happen and to not be picked up when it does. The substantive testing is a look back. It does not consider controls, so it usually can't be used to determine what might happen in future. The controls testing can't reliably reveal errors, but it can help determine how sustainably a process may operate in future. That is, if controls continue to function in the same way. So to address these limitations, the two approaches can be combined. So a combined testing approach looks like this. Combining controls testing and substantive testing provides a more robust view of algorithm integrity. It covers both the operational framework, that's the controls, and actual performance, that's the outputs. Consider an insurance company reviewing its claims processing algorithm. Controls testing might involve assessing the data input validations, the change management procedures for algorithm updates, and the monitoring systems for detecting unusual claims decisions. Substantive testing could include reviewing process claims to verify accuracy, analyzing the distribution of claim outcomes across different policyholder groups, and examining specific cases flagged as potential fraud. By combining these approaches, the review offers assurance on both the effectiveness of governance mechanisms and the validity of individual claim decisions. You need to know what to expect. In short, you don't need to know the exact details. Technical knowledge about reviews is not necessary. If you're commissioning a review, that is obviously an auditor will need to know, but if you're commissioning a review, that technical knowledge is not necessary. However, understanding the different approaches can help you anticipate what the review will cover and ensure it aligns with your objectives. That's the end of the article. Thanks for listening.